Good afternoon, everyone. So welcome to, I guess, the last sections for the workshop, okay? So if you have your computer turned on, can you please go to the following site so that you can access my lecture, okay? In the meantime, let me introduce what we're going to do, who am I, and things like that. First of all, which program are you from? Integrated engineer? Civil, okay. So this will be quite a departure from whatever you need in your future career. But nonetheless, this is something that you will be using every day anyway. You're not the one who created it, okay? So my name is Pisutha-Arnond. I'm from Industrial Engineering Department. I also oversee the Industrial Engineering and Logistics program. That's also international program. You might have your friends over there, okay? Today, I'd like to show you some of the things that I'm very passionate about, which is building software. So, which is kind of strange, right? Coming from industrial engineer, not computer engineer. But it turns out that a lot of the solutions that we need in terms of trying to be an industrial engineer require building software. And I'm that guy. I'm the guy who solved problem in engineering, in industrial engineer using software. So as it turns out, I have been writing software for more than 5 years. So, and I never regret that decision. It's very, very fun and very, very dynamic field. And again, nowadays with the AI and stuff, it's even more fun, even faster, even more prone to error, and all kind of crazy things happening in the software world. Okay, so today I would like you to have some taste for that. Okay, so we're doing something called the web application. So let's go to the first topics right here. Okay, all right, so in order to do that, we are going to visit the three technologies, which is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, and React will be for the next time. Okay, who have already know these three technologies? Because I will not be bothering you, because this one is very, very basic. Okay, so you guys are beginners. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay. So before we even begin, I would like to talk to you about the movement of something called software and into something called web application. There are some distinction between these two technologies. Okay, so what I refer to as the software is something that is an application that runs on the operating system, which is kind of no-brainer. I mean, you run software all the time, right? Even this particular thing called the web browser, it's actually like an application that runs on the web browser. Okay, another thing would be Microsoft Office. Okay, and the thing about the soft application like this is that it talks to the operating system directly, be it Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. Okay, and the thing about this type of software is that it's actually different depending on which operating it depends on. It was developed using different technology. Okay, and for example, if you have a team, you have a great idea, you want to write the software for each of the operating system, you have to hire 3 different teams. One for Windows, one for Mac OS, and the other one for Linux, if you ever want to distribute your software on the Linux. Okay, and that's become very, very costly. Okay, so but this is the only way we have to do before the rise of the internet and before the internet become so prevalent today. But you are the generation of the World Wide Web, so you were born with the internet already established and really, really good in performance. It's good enough such that the new type of software become even more popular. This is called web application. Okay, so this type of software, it does not run on the operating system directly, but it actually runs on the most popular software in the world, which is web browser. Web browser like this one, Chrome or Edge Safari, is typically the I mean, I guess it appears everywhere, right? So it's the most popular software in the world. So this type of application, which is called web application, is actually run on the web browser. Okay, so there is a downside to it. First of all, if you run things on the web browser, so you have to talk to the operating system through the web browser. So you have like a middleman. So if you ever need to run something that's very performance, it's actually hard. For example, if you're a gamer, you know that games that run on web browser typically not as performance as the game that run on the operating system itself. Pretty self-explanatory, like pretty easy to reason about, right? But the huge win for this type of approach is that you just have to hire one team using this technology that we are going to do today, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and it actually runs everywhere. Just one team runs everywhere, right? Because all of the devices today, be it the desktop, laptop, mobile phones, even like the edge devices like Raspberry Pi, they all have web browser, and they can understand the application that built using this type of technologies. Okay, so if you can, or if it can, nowadays all of the software that we're using are transitioning toward the web application. Okay, a good example is PowerPoint. You guys never use PowerPoint anymore, right? But I learned that some companies still use PowerPoint. So do not forget it yet, or do not disregard it yet. But PowerPoint is a good example because when I was in your age, the only software that we use is PowerPoint, right? But nowadays, you don't use it anymore. You use Canva. So PowerPoint is like a software that runs natively on the operating systems, right? You have to buy different versions for Windows, for Mac, But Canva, you just have to open the web browser and type in canva.com, and you can run it everywhere because it runs on the web browser. And nowadays, it's fast enough, okay? The other, I guess, less well-known example is Illustrator, Adobe Illustrators versus Figma. Again, when I was your age, every designer needs to know Adobe Illustrators. But nowadays, it's not even required anymore. I mean, if you were like an independent designer, use Figma. Free, right? Mostly free. You have to pay as long as you don't have to pay if you don't use it too much. So it's become, like a lot of things are becoming web application. Okay, and as it turns out, what I did for the past, 5 years is writing something like this too. I don't write things on the operating system. I write web application. So this is what I'm going to teach you today. And you are going to go back home today with something that actually works and actually running on the public server. So you can show off your friends and family what you did today. Although, depending on how good it is, right? Okay, in order to do that, you're going to need a software to write the codes on. This one is called VS Code. It's already installed in all of your computers. So let's find it, okay? VS Code. This guy over here. Okay, if I open it, then it will look like this. Okay, that's it. You just have to open it. That's all I ask. First, we'll do something with it later, but just open it. Okay. Okay, and you need to call me if you have if you need help. Okay. Because if I have to go back and forth, it's going to take longer. You guys want to go home quickly, right? So let me know if you have problem. Because, all you need in the end, you are going to sign this attendance sheet. Okay? If you don't sign it, you don't get points. Okay? So what you want in the end is you want to sign this. But you need to show me your work first. So you got to get it done. So please call me if you need help. so that we can go home quickly. Okay? Usually take less than 2 hours. Okay? By 6:30, we should all be gone. If you collaborate with me, if you let me know right away, I can help you right away. Okay? All right. So, for example, if you cannot find it, let me know. Okay? All right. So we're gonna start with the technologies that powers the web application, HTML. Okay? And then CSS and JavaScript in that order, okay? So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's the markup language. It's not a programming language like Python. If you ever learn it, or if you are going to learn it, we learn Python. That's a programming language. This one, markup language, meaning that it's only used for display something. It is something that it's a language that web browser understand, and it can display according to whatever you tell them to do using this markup syntax, okay? And that's it, okay? That's all you need to know, okay? So the anatomy of HTML is you are going to use something called the tag, T-A-G, okay? Like this. So we call it HTML tag, okay? And the tag consists of the opening and closing brackets, like this. Okay, if you can see, that's the opening and closing. And then there's a letter or combination of letters in the middle. And this is it will tell you the type of tags it is. This is called P tag. Obviously, there's a letter P inside, right? So P tag. Okay, we have something called the opening tag, which is like this. And then we have the closing one, which is the same thing with the /. Okay, so you got to have the opening and close so that the web browser know what to do with the content inside. Okay, so the P tag is a paragraph tag, meaning that if you do like this, then whatever's inside is going to be displayed in a certain way according to what the paragraph is within the web browser's context. Okay, so that's it. That's all you need to know. Okay, it's very, very simple. Okay. To make it a little more complicated is we have some option, because sometimes we want to tell web browser more information about what is the behavior of this particular tag. So we can add something like this. This is called attributes. Okay, we will not be using it too much. Okay, but I just want you to know that sometimes the tag gonna be a bit larger because we include some attributes or extra information for the web browser to do something we want, okay? So that's called attributes. And last thing is, there are certain tags which you will use today. It does not have the opening and closing. It's called self-closing, okay? So this one is a bit special. For example, if you look at this, then this is the kind of like the opening brackets, and also take a look at the closing brackets, right? It's actually the closing and the opening combined. So this one is called the self-closing tag. So for example, the image tag, which is used to display image, you don't need to open and close. You can just use image tag that already closed by itself. This is called self-closing. And all you need to do is to tell it where is your image, okay? And we'll go through that later. But this is just another type of tags, okay? That's it. Okay. And in order to write HTML, okay, we are going to use a certain structure. It's called HTML document, okay? It looks a bit complicated, but actually it's very easy. Okay, let me show you how to make something like this in VS Code. Okay, so now we're gonna go to VS Code, and I want you to create a folder on your desktop. Just name it something like HTML or something. Okay, create a folder on the desktop. All right. Once you did that, check this out. This is really cool. Okay. So I'm gonna put it here, and I can just drag it in like this. Okay. Can you do this for me? And let go too. Okay. Don't do it back and forth like this. Just let go. See? Once you let go, right? It's going to display pretty much the content of your folder, right? So right now, if I go to it's called Explorer bar or tab, right? I can see the name of my folder here. So make sure that you can see the similarity between the name on top and also the name of your folder. This is how you set the workspace, okay? So when you work with this software, you need to kind of center your workspace at the right location, and this is how you do it, okay? So in any case, if you're not sure if you're at the right place or not, why don't you just drag it in? That's all you have to do. I can just drag it in one more time, just to make sure, okay? Just a little bit more is that you can also exit this workspace by going to File and Close Folder. If I do Files and Close Folder, I'm actually nowhere. See, right now it says that no folder open, right? This one, I'm not anywhere in particular. But if I want to be where at this particular place, I just drag it in. And then now I'm at this folder. Okay, so you need to be at the right folder because then all the files that you created, you can locate it. That's why I want you to do this, okay? All right, I hope that's okay. If you run into problems, let me know. I'll just go fix it right away, okay? All right, so what I want you to do is, you see this button right here? This button is called New Files. Create a new files for me, please. Press it once. And name this one index.html. Okay, the name has to be exactly like this. Okay, and index.html is the entry point to your web application. This is standard everywhere. If you ever take any HTML course, the first file that you are going to create will be called index.html. Okay? And in here, I want to type in some HTML. Okay? So we're going to start with the template. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to type exclamation, and then I'm going to hit tab. And see this? Right away, the template comes up. Okay, one more time. If I hit exclamation and tab, see, it's auto create the templates for me. Is that very cool? That's cool, right? Because people do this all the time. So I just do exclamation and tab. And now this is a good time to call for my help, to call for me, okay? If you cannot do this. Okay? One more thing that we need to get straightened up first is whenever you see this white dot over here, this means that you have not saved your file. This is not like Microsoft Word that auto-save. No, this one doesn't auto-save for you. You have to save it by yourself, okay? To save the file, you need to go to Files and Saved. So why don't you save the file? If you hit Save, then the dot disappears. If you ever do something to this file, like hit and enter here, you notice that the dot comes back. It means that you have not saved your change, and you will not see that your change takes effects. Okay? So to save yourself some embarrassment when I walk to you, see your screen, don't forget to save. Okay? Or you're gonna find out very quickly that hitting File and Save is very tedious. Control S is your friend. So let's see. I'm gonna hit Control S, and right away, you see, I can save things very quickly. Okay, so from now on, I want you to Control S as often as you can. Control S is your friend. Okay? You know what? In my generation, nothing auto-saves. So Control S is my muscle memory. Like it's burned in my muscle memory. But for you guys, I'm sure it doesn't, right? But Control S is your friend. Okay, that's all. Okay. All right, what I want you to do next is I want you to start typing something. Okay. So right now, can you make sure that you place your cursor at this location between the body tag. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's not the formatting like this. Okay, I want to give it some room like this. Just hit enter. Okay, and just type some gibberish things in here like this, and save. Okay, so right now we're gonna test something real quick if it works or not. So just type something just type some gibberish things in here. Okay, and then save. Remember, Control S is your friend, like that. Okay, I want to see this on my web browser. How do I do it? Very easy. I'm gonna toggle this tab one more time. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna choose this option. Go ahead and click on it and see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna right click. Okay, right click and choose this open with live server and check this out. See, right away I got something. And you know what? I want you to check this behavior too. If I were to put it side by side, you don't have to do it because you have two screens, okay? But if I were to do this and I change some things in here like 5555 and then I hit save, can you confirm with me that your change is reflected automatically? That is something that I want before we go any further. Okay, if I change anything and I save, my change is reflected right away. This is important, right? You want to iterate quickly. You want this behavior. All right, and again, if you run into any problem, let me know. You know, I did this. I've been doing this for many years, like forever. So I can help you. Pretty sure I can help you. Okay. All right. If you see this, then we're good to go. Okay. So we're gonna start writing things for real. So I'm gonna delete for now. Okay. The first thing that we want to change is actually this guy over here. This is not cool, right? Like it says document. This is called the title. Okay. We're gonna change the title. The title goes in this text over here. So notice that there are many tags in here. The first one is the biggest one. It's called HTML tag. We don't usually touch it. Just leave it like this. Okay. There are also the head and the body tag. Okay. Notice that there are the opening and closing, right? This is the opening head, closing head, right? Opening body, closing body. Okay. So I want to focus in the stuff that is actually inside the head tag. There is something called the title. And notice the content, it's called document. Can you change it and save and see what happens? I'm going to change to my very cool website. Oh, by the way, we are making personal websites today. Okay, so you can name. You can make the title accordingly. And right away, if you take a look at the tab, right? It's yeah, now it changes. Okay, it's as easy as that. So if you ever think about paying someone to write the website for you, think again. Right now, nowadays, you can do it by yourself. Okay. All right. Next up, we're gonna put something real content into your body. Okay. So as you experienced before, anything that you put in here goes into the body. So anything between the body tag goes in the body. That's all you did, okay? So we're going to start with the first HTML tag, which is called h1. Notice that VS Code helps you complete the tags. I don't even have to close the tag. It closes for me, okay? Check this one again. I just type h1 and then close the brackets. It automatically fills in the closing tag for me, even place my cursor between the tag. And welcome. There you go. Next, we've seen this before, the P tag, the paragraph tag. So P, yeah, welcome. Okay, my name is. Okay, you don't have to type exactly like I do, okay? You feel free to change your content. Okay, this is up to you, however you want. Okay, and notice that if you put h1, it's going to be boldface, and then it has some space. But then if it's paragraph, it's going to look different, and that's exactly what the markup is. Okay, shall we explore h2? Okay, h2 is called heading level 2. So my favorite food. Why am I here? It doesn't require that much typing. Okay, I don't know why you guys typing so much. Okay. What else? I need a list of the things that I like. Actually, there's a tag for that. It's called UL, unordered list. Okay. This one takes in another set of tags called LI, which is a list. Okay, so this one a bit special. You gotta have the enclosing first, and then there's a list, the actual list itself inside. Okay, so I can say pizza, and now you see the format difference, right? And then I can have another one here, and then rice, and I have another one here, hamburger. Okay. Okay, let's explore even more heading, shall we? We're going to do H3. So heading, level 3. This is going to be my pet. As you can see that the sides, keep getting smaller, right? Once you go with the higher number of heading. Okay, and this is a good opportunity to use image. Okay, so I'm going to go to, I want to place an image of my imaginary pet in here. So I recommend you follow me first, and if you want to find any other image from other places, feel free to do it afterwards. Okay, so first I'm going to go to a website called pexels.com. Okay, Pexels. Okay, so first let's do this one first, and then once if you're done, if you understand how it works, you can go. Feel free to find any cat picture on the internet later on. Okay. All right. So I want you to find your favorite pets in here. So maybe I'll just search for the pictures of dog. Okay, this guy seems good. I like this guy. So. So click on the image, and wait for me, wait for your friend for a bit. So stop at the image preview like this. All right, you have your favorite pet on preview. Okay, next stop, what we want to do is I want to right click on it. Okay, and I want to select the copy image link. So make sure you did the right option. Okay, I want to copy the image link. Okay, and before you use it, confirm this with me. So if I paste it in the other tab, for example, make sure that your link ends with something like this. So notice that the links end with .jpeg. That's the image extension, isn't it? So if it's end with JPEG or PNG, then you're good to go. But if it doesn't end with JPEG, then this is the wrong type of link. That's the link that goes to the web page. This is the link that goes to the image. I want the link that goes to the image. So your link has to end with image extension like this. Okay? So that's why I told you to use this website first. Because if you go to any other places, it might happen that when you copy the link, it does not end with image extension. And that one does not work. For example, Google Image is the prime example. If you try to copy the link from Google Image, you will not get a link that ends with image extension. It does not work. Okay? So you have to find somewhere else. Okay, so once you have this one, keep it in your, clipboard. Okay? I'm going to go back to the VS Code, and I'm going to expand it a little bit. Okay? So I'm going to make a space here, and I'm going to type img. Remember, image tag is a little different because it's self-closing. So I don't have to open and close. I can just close by itself. This is all you need for the image tag. Okay? But then I want my image, right? So you have to give it more information. This is called attribute. Okay? This attribute is called source equal and then double quotes. Okay, you have to type it exactly like this with the space between. Okay, you cannot put it next to one another. And the next thing is I'm going to paste. So Control V, my link. Okay, so make sure that the link goes between the quotes. Okay, it's going to be long. And again, your link has to end with JPEG or PNG, okay, or WebP. There are many things that you can do, okay? And saved, and see what happened to your website. Wow, this is so cool. Where is my dog, man? It's here. This is my dog. Okay, that looks kind of ugly, so maybe I'll just do this. Maybe this one's better. Okay? And you're going to notice that this is way too big, right? So we're going to constrain it a little bit, make it, smaller. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my web page, right? And again, I'm going to tell web browser one additional information. So this is going to be the next attributes, okay? So if it's like this, you can just give it more room like this. Or if it's on the same line, make sure that you have a space, so that it's separated by space. Okay, so either separate by space or separate by line breaks like this. I'm going to say width equal, okay? And in here, you can type in the width in terms of pixel, which means like 250 pixel. And if I saved it, then I think my website will look a lot better, right? Okay, so without the width attributes, it's probably going to be too big. Okay. All right, I will go and check out your awesome website right now. So feel free to call for my help. I'm pretty sure I can help you. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay, you guys are fast. Okay, so we can be out of here very soon. Okay. Okay. And what else I can do? I just want to show you that this is like a static. The display, right? For display only, right? But there are more to HTML than just displaying things. It allows you to interact with it. So we're not going to go in too much in depth, okay? But maybe we can do something like this. So maybe another tag. If you want to do H4, that's okay. It's going to get too ridiculous. Maybe contact me. Okay, so normally in a personal website, you might have some contact form. Okay, so maybe I'll do contact me. Okay, and then check this one out. I can do input. Okay, and right away I have something I can type. Okay, so which is very, very simple syntax. Okay, I can start making a form basically. I can type something. Okay, and even more than that, I can also have something called button. Okay, like send. There you go. I have something I can type. I have something I can click. Okay. Okay, but in order for this to actually work, there are many puzzle pieces that you have to put together. So this is just only for the display. But for it to actually work in terms of functionality, you gotta know a lot more things. So we're not gonna go into much in depth, but form is pretty common in web applications. So that's how you get started. Okay. All right, so with this, I'm going to skip to the other technology. It's going to be called the CSS. Okay? So right now, if you look at this website, this one looks like something from the 90s. Okay? When the internet just started, this is all the website looks, right? But nowadays, it looks much better than this. And as you will see later, that just HTML is not enough. So you need another technology. It's called CSS. Okay? The name does not ring any bell to the beginner for sure. Okay? Cascading style sheets. What the hell is it? Okay? If you dig a little bit deeper, you understand this is the way that it determines which style gets used because it's cascading. But I don't want to bore you too much, okay? Think about it as just a way to make your website look more modern. That's all it is, okay? And it is, again, not a programming language, okay? So you just have to know the syntax for presentation. That's all you do, okay? All right, so let's add in some CSS, shall we? Okay, so first, it would be better if you guys copy and paste rather than type this. Okay, we're gonna make a lot of mistakes. Okay, so you go to page number 22. All right, do not attempt to type this. I mean, you can type, but please just copy and paste. Okay, copy this line. Okay, copy. Okay, go to your code. Okay? Find an empty place between the head tag. Okay? For example, I can just do it here. Anywhere between the head tag. Paste it. Okay? I paste it here. It's okay. I can move it up and down as long as it's still inside the head tag. You're good. Okay? That's the first step. The next step is I'm going to create a new file. Like this. This one is going to be called style.css. Okay? And the reason that it's called style.css is that this name and this name has to match exactly. That's all it is. You know? If you ever change the file name, you gotta go back into that particular line and change the file. That's all. Okay? All right, so don't forget to save it. Okay? And now we are going to attempt to type some CSS even before I explain what it is. Okay? Just type it with me. Okay? So I'm going to go to style.css and I'm going to type body. Okay, with the opening and closing curly brackets. Okay, and inside I'm going to say background color. So notice that VS Code helps you autocomplete. So use it to your advantage. So I say background. I can just use my arrow key to move around. I'm going to choose background color. I hit tab, autocomplete. Okay, so use for CSS. Use the VS Code autocomplete to your advantage. Okay, again, I can do background and then color. Right, I can just hit my arrow key up and down until I get what I want. I hit tab, and then it's gonna complete most of the things for me. I just need to type in the color like red. Okay, so this is what I want you to try. Okay, if you do everything correctly, then your website should be super ugly. Like this. Right? That's all I want. Want to see if it works first. Okay? Okay, so there are a few pieces that you need to make sure. Okay? First is this guy over here. Second, it's this guy over here. So the file. Okay. I want to see your super ugly website. Show me. Yes. Yes. Where is your super ugly website? You misspell color in American English, please. C-O-R. That's American English. C-O-R. Okay, show me your super ugly website, please. Nope, doesn't work.
Why?
Go back here. Okay. You have extra pound sign hashtag in here. Right click, right click, right click. Rename and remove the hashtag. Enter. There you go. Super ugly website, yes. Where's your super ugly website? Misspell, I'm pretty sure. Background color, there's a dash. Check out, there's a dash. Hit. Save, please. This one, save to. Saved. Yeah. How about that one over there? It doesn't look that ugly, man. Make it ugly, please. Okay. Can you do it? Or can you not? I can help you because I want it to end quickly. So I'm help. Okay. Okay, you don't need to type it yourself. You just, this one. Okay. You just need to copy
Oh, I see. Thank you. Sure.
Okay, copy this
Okay.
and then replace with this.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I want to see your super early website too. Okay, it's okay. This is fine. I want to see your super early website right now. Okay, okay. You need my stuff in here.
แล้วก็สร้าง new file กด new file แล้ว
Just
ก็
send it outside.
style
Hmm?
style.css
Need this one here, and then you need another.
SH.
Wait, why is it color like this? This is so weird.
I don't know. I just open this one. It's just open it with the color.
But it works. It works. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so style dot css, and then I'm gonna do body, and then background color, and then red. There you go. Curly braces. The curl.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Okay. And background. Okay. See, notice that it already do this for you. So I'm just do this. Sorry, this one. Hit tab, 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 tab. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Can you save it? Okay, you need to save it. You need to save, and you have to save this two files. Control S.
Control S.
And Control S this one too.
Control S. This one.
Okay, now your website should be.
Control S.
Yes, it works, right? It works.
มันไม่ฮักกี้อ่ะ
You can make it. You can make it yourself. Okay. All right. Everyone's good. Okay, so now everyone has super ugly website. So we're gonna make it less ugly. Okay. So I'm gonna show you this. So typically, I should explain what we're doing. What is the anatomy of CSS? Okay. So it's actually very simple. This is all you need to do. So first, whatever you write, like a letter in here, is going to target that particular tag. This is called selector. Okay, the name doesn't really matter, but when I type P, it's going to target the P tag. And whatever's inside, that's going to be the style that you're going to specify within that P tag. Okay? So notice that when we write body, what is the body? Where is the body tag? Let's go back to our index. The body tag is here. So when you type body, whatever style you specify is gonna go into the whole page. That's why the background color applied throughout the entire page. Okay? So let's make it less ugly, and we're gonna go through some of the simple things we can change right away. Okay? So let's do this. Okay? First of all, I'm going to make it less ugly by changing into something maybe light gray. I think that's relatively appealing to the eye. Okay? So notice that I can just pick whatever color I want, see, from using the eyedroppers. Okay? Okay, now that looks much better. Okay, so let's check this out. If I type H1 and then the curly braces, and I can type color and then red. Okay, so notice that you do the properties, the colon, and then the values, and then the semicolon. So you have to end the line with semicolon. Okay, check this one out. Right? Does it make sense? When I use H1, so H1 is going to target whatever H1 tag which we have in here. Okay. So if I do H2 and then I do color, blue, you can kind of see what happened. Okay? And you can kind of imagine that, wait, if I want H3, do I have to do this? Yes and no. Okay? So typically, you need the header to be the same color. Like nobody do it like this. This is too ugly. So what you can do is I actually can combine them. Check this one out. I can do H1, comma, H2, and the style is going to be targeted to both of the tags. So right now, if I can do like this, then why not just do H3 and H4? Then all of my title will have the same color. Okay, so I can choose something that is less brutal, maybe a purple, a darker purple. Then wait, this is bad. Okay. Like that, okay? Like that, okay? So this is another thing, another way people usually do, selecting a lot of things at once, okay? Another thing you can do is maybe you can, typically the font is quite important to the look of your website, right? So why don't we change the font of the whole thing? You come to the body tag and do font family. Okay, again, use your autocomplete to your advantage, because if I type like this, I already have some of the choices, and I just hit tab. Okay, I don't really type it myself. I let it autocomplete using the tab. Okay, and right away I can change the font of my entire website. Right, it's pretty cool. Okay. You know, sometimes I also want my p tag to be a little bit, you know, in a gray, a dark gray, because black is too bright, like it's too contrasty. Okay, so I'm gonna say color. I'm gonna say gray. Okay, and I'm gonna choose my. It's a little bit dark gray. Okay, that one that's not that distinct. Something like that, okay? And again, you know, if I choose P, then why don't I just use LI too? Because this one is P, this one is LI, right? If you want all the text to be the same color, then you can just pick it out like this, okay? Okay, another thing you can do, it's also layout. People usually work with layout with this, okay? So let me show you this, margin, okay? If I say margin of 0, then you can see that it's all flush, okay, against the left side, right? But what happens if I do this, margin of 10 pixel? You can see that it gets pushed to the right, right? If I keep increasing the margin, I can make my web, you know, give it some more breathing rooms, something like that. So you can kind of work with your, so margin is a space kind of like between, okay, let me explain, okay? So you don't have to do this. I was just going to show you, okay? So first I'm going to say border, okay, solid black 1 pixel. Okay, as you can see that if I set the border, so I just want to show you I guess the outline of where my body is, right? If I set my margin equal to 0, right? You can see that all my border is flush against the windows, right? But if I say margin of 10, you can see that the border has some space outside of it. That's called margin, okay? So I don't need this border. I just want to show you what it looks like, right? But again, I can specify the margin, okay? And if it's not enough, you can do 2 number. So if you do 10 pixel and you do 20 pixel, I think one is for left and right, the other one is for top and bottom. I never remember which one it is. I can just experiment. If I do maybe 50, Then, okay, so the first one is left and right. The second one is top bottom. So I can control the margin on the side and on the top differently too. Okay, so maybe this one looks good. It's a little bit flush to the right, so have some breathing rooms. Okay. Okay, and also, you know what? This is your. If I zoom out, okay, to be 100%. This is actually the size of my website, right? Maybe too small, right? I can say font size, make it bigger, okay? So you can say, 16 pixel, okay? 16 pixels is actually the standard. So it looks the same, right? But check this out. If I happen to do 24, bigger. So this one, you can make the font slightly bigger. So maybe I'll do like 20. So again, 16 is a standard, right? So I want to do like a little bit larger. So maybe if you look from it from the mobile devices, then it's easier to see. Okay. And maybe the last thing I want to show you is, usually when you show image, okay, the border is too, I guess it's too sharp, right? If you notice when you look at the website with the image, you can see that the image is rounded. The corner is rounded. It looks nicer to the eyes, right? So I want to make that. It's actually very easy. So I'm going to target my image tag. I can do that too, okay? And then I can go for border radius, okay? And I want to do maybe 10 pixel. And there you go. Done. Now my picture border is rounded. So that's, people do this all the time. Okay? And if you ever want to explore into CSS, AI is actually your good friends. Because CSS, there's nothing behind the scene other from just knowing the syntax. So using AI to your advantage, you can ask them, how can I make blah, 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 and it will give you pretty good answers, okay? So do experiments if you want in the future, okay? So I'm just gonna keep it like this. Oh, you know what? I'll just do one more thing, So if I hover on the image, maybe I wanna change my cursor. So let's check this one out, okay? So I wanna do image. But then I want to add in a state called hover, okay? And then I can do maybe transition, transform, scale, 1.2. Check this one out. Is that cool? So hover is like a state. Okay, when you hover, okay? And I can even do this too. I can even do cursor, pointer, just to fool people that you can actually click it. So now I have a hand, but this doesn't work, okay? And you know what? This one looks a bit janky. It's too abrupt, right? I can make the transition smoother. I think it's called transition. Actually, I don't remember the syntax, but this is a good chance to look it up. Okay, so CSS, transition. Okay, so I will do that. What? Size. Okay. I think it's called transition the size. Okay, let's try it. See what happens. Yeah, okay, works too. Okay, yeah, so like that. So if you do this, it will take 2 seconds to transition into something. So it's too much, right? So I want to do maybe 200 millisecond. Okay. Then it's a bit nicer to look at, something like that. So, all of this, you just have to know the syntax. So AI, it's your good friend for this, If you can make something as wonderful with this. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop at this one. Okay, not bad. I keep changing things every time I teach it, so okay, all right, and once you have all of this, hopefully it looks much nicer. We're going to go into the last technology for today. You guys are great. You guys are super fast today, okay? So JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript is a programming language. Okay, you learn Python? That's a programming language. This one is also a programming language. It is probably one of the most used programming language in the world because all the web browser uses JavaScript behind the scene. So and that's because everybody uses web browser, so that's why. Okay. So with JavaScript, then you can turn the static website into dynamic website. Okay. It can do all kind of things that you do nowadays. So power all kind of web application today. It's running on JavaScript. Okay. So the most common thing is to do content updates. Something appearing, something disappearing, something changed. Usually that's JavaScript. Animation, interactive things, audio, video, everything's called JavaScript. So if you ever run into any website developer, they will probably use JavaScript. Okay. All right. So I want to add PowerScript to your website. You're going to copy page 31. Okay. So it's called the script tag. Copy and paste it somewhere in your index.html head tag. Okay. Okay. Again, it has to be between the head tag. Okay. Next thing is we are going to create a new file called script.js. Okay. Make a note that the name again has to match. That's the only reason this file is called script. Right? So to test whether this works or not, we're going to go into this file, script.js. We're going to type in the JavaScript. So this one is the programming stuff now. So you have to make sure it's exactly like this. Alert. Okay. Oh, not this one. Alert. Okay. And then hello world. So the content can be anything, but the other thing like the name of the function has to be like this. Okay, and once you do this, your website should be super annoying. Okay, so you gotta show me your super annoying website, because every time somebody open your website or refresh your website, it's wait, actually it doesn't work because you know what? Because I misspelled. Sorry. This is my super annoying website, meaning every time you refresh it, the the box pop up. So I called it super annoying website. Okay, so show me your super annoying website before I moved on, okay? Good job. Yes. I think you need to save it. Yes. Okay, show me your, yeah, that's good. Your alert needs to be in quotes. Okay, good job.
Okay.
Doesn't show? You have to refresh.
Sorry.
Worked? Does it work?
เออ
Show me. Nope, it doesn't work. I think you need to save it. Yes, it works. Okay, that works. Good job. Works? Show me. That's good. Okay, work. Over there. Work. Okay. Okay. I think yours. Can you save for me? Show me. Can you save it first? Save. Yeah, it works. Forgot to save. Okay. Does your work, sir? Okay, man. I can help you.
how do I get that?
Oh, how do I get size? Just create them. Okay, and I'll just type something like this. Okay, so just want to make sure that it works first. Okay. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
And then your JavaScript. I think you need to log in again, right? Okay, how about yours? Hold on, can I squeeze in? Okay. Okay, this link doesn't work because it does not end with the image extension. You know, I need the one with JPEG. So this guy doesn't work at all. Sorry. So that's why the only thing that worked for me is Pexel. And then some other image sharing sites like Imager, that works. This one, nope. Okay. Wait, why is it gone? Like, where is your? I need to reset the view, I think. Uh, Was it always like this? Like everything's gone like this? Hmm, interesting.
I don't know why.
Hmm. Hmm. Where's the menu? All the menus are gone. Can I sit down? Thank you. Oh, okay. It's here. Wait. I don't know what you did. This is so weird. I'm going to close it. Okay, so that's what I want. Okay, so I'm going to move on to JavaScript. Okay. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna close. Right now, yeah, it's working. So the other one, I don't know why, but it's not the one I want. Okay, so this one will work. Okay. Okay, this one works. Just turn off just close the other one. Okay, this one works. Okay. Did it work for you? Yeah. Okay, good job. All right, so we are going to continue. Okay. Again, this is super annoying, so I'm not gonna use it. Oh, so just a tip. When you write code, sometimes you don't want to delete it. You just want to comment it out. Okay. So for JavaScript, it's this /. So use this to your advantage. Okay. So you can do // and you saved it, and now it's no longer disturbing you. Okay. I didn't delete it, right? Just comment it out. Okay, so this is the example one. Okay, so I guess we already did the example one. So how about I want to show you the example number 2. Okay, so first we're going to copy the button. Okay, this button goes into your HTML. Okay, the first one on page 33 goes into your HTML. Okay. And then it can go anywhere. So I think we're just going to replace this one, shall we? Okay, because we don't really use this in this exercise. So I'm going to replace it with the other one. Okay. And you know what? I'll just leave the input right here. Okay. So you got the button somewhere in your page, right? And this is going to be on into your script.js. I'm going to copy this and then paste it into script.js like that. Okay, so there will be 2 things. You need the button somewhere on your page, and then the scripts. Okay, and check this one out. If it works, if you click, then there will be something happening on your website. Okay, is that cool? Okay, then it will show you something when you click the button. Okay. So this is what I mean when you use JavaScript to make things like a content updates. Okay. Okay, if it doesn't work, let me know. Okay, you probably copied somewhere wrong. Okay, you can let me know. All right, so you don't need to understand, the JavaScript in depth to figure out what this one does, okay? Just try to understand just the overall flow of how this one happened, okay? So first of all, the thing that I'm doing right now, I'm actually declaring a function, okay? If you learn Python, you probably write function. It's called def. You start with def and then something like, so function is a block of code that execute when it is called. Okay, so function doesn't get called right away, but it will get called when something called it. Okay, so this one, it just kind of registered the function. The next part is I have button right here. Okay, and what is this button? It's going to do something like document. Okay, so document is like the page. Okay. And get element by ID is to actually look for a certain button on your page, okay? And that button should have ID called btn, Okay, so I wonder, where would be our button with the ID called btn? Let's check it out. This one. Okay, so this is the prime example of how you would do attributes too. Okay, so I'm saying that this button have extra information. It has ID called btn. Okay, so when I write the JavaScript, I can just target it like this. So I want to get the button that has the ID called btn. Okay, and once I did this, what I want to do, I want to add event listener. Okay, this is just a fancy word of saying that if I want to add some action into it, that's all. And what is that action? Create paragraph. So that block of code, this guy here. Okay, and how is this action going to get triggered? When somebody clicked it. Okay, so when somebody click at the button, it's going to run that creates paragraph. Okay, and what does this paragraph do? This function does. It's going to create an element called the p. So p tag, right? And then it's going to add the content called you click the button. Okay, and then it's going to append to the body tag, to the bottom of your page. Okay, so this is what it's doing right now. Okay, so why don't we change this one first and see what happened? I'm going to say ha 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 ha. You need to be able to change and expect something happening, right? So let's do that. So if I come back here and click the button again, I will get 5. Okay, so if that's the case, then it's not too hard to understand, right? Okay. Another thing you can do is something like this. So this is the action when the function is going to get triggered, right? So why don't we do this? DBL click. Okay, so can you change from click to DBL click and see what happened? Okay, and what happened is that you're going to have to double click it in order for it to happen. So if you just click once, it doesn't do anything. You have to double click, and then you will get the new thing. Okay, and this is exactly what you just did here. Okay, DBL click is double click. Okay, so you can kind of imagine, right? All the interaction that you do is actually do it something like this. It's called the events. Okay, so I'm going to change it back to click. Okay, and you can change this one to anything you want. All right. Okay. So the last thing we're going to do today, I'm going to show you the other example. Okay, so this one is going to be another, actually, it will be the same button. Okay, so if you already have that button, just leave it there, right? But we're going to copy another functions to it. Okay, and then I'm going to put it maybe actually here. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to comment all of this out because this one doesn't work. I mean, it works, but actually, let me do this. I'm going to add, all right, this one only. So how about this? You only need to use this part, okay? You don't need the top part. So the top part is like, it's redundant, basically, okay? So I'm going to only copy this part. I'm going to place it here, okay? So essentially, what you have is you are going to have button, right? And then 2 event listeners, okay? So let's check what it does here, okay? So if I hover over the button, wait, it doesn't work. That's weird. Okay. So I think I gotta delete this one. Okay. Let me see if it works. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So okay, there is some complicated things going on, but okay. So I agree. I'm going to do this. Make sure it's easier. I'm going to delete everything. Okay, just delete everything, and just copy the whole thing from page number 34. Okay. So all of this back into your code. I think that will be the easiest one. Okay. So I want to show you this. Okay, if you hover onto the button, right? You don't even need to click it. Just hover onto it. Then it will be, the dialog box will appear, okay? So again, this one is like a dirty jokes in Thai. So sorry for the non-Thai. You can change this one into anything you want, okay? But again, if you notice what action do I use the action called the mouse over. So that is when you put the cursor over something, then it's gonna show the dialog box. Okay, so why don't we keep the website with this functionality. Okay, so I want this functionality in your websites. Okay, it's kind of cool. All right, so let me go around just to check if you're at this stage, and we are ready to deploy it. Oh, there are. Okay, can you delete this one? Comment, you can comment it out. Okay, that should work. Yep. And then if you put the mouse over here, yeah, that works. Okay. You guys good? Okay. Oh, really? You have to click mouse here, yeah. Okay. This is we're doing great on time, okay? So the last thing I want you to do is, this one supposedly really cool website, but nobody can see it because right now, you know where it's running from? This one. This is your computer, okay? The 127.0.0.1 is called the loopback IP. So this one goes back to your computer because your computer is actually running your website right now, okay? But if somebody else in this world wants to see this, they cannot because it's not public. So we're gonna make it public, okay? Again, if you have any sensitive information, please delete it. This thing's gonna go public, okay? Like your name. If you don't want people to see your name, then just delete it or change it, all right? So in order to do that, we're going to use this service called Netlify, okay? So I want you to open it, and I want you to sign up for it. Sign up for an account. We are going to use it for today and the last week too. So please do it, okay? Let's do it. So please do it. Please do it. 2 hours, man. 2 hours, man. Sign up, yes. You can use any services you want. Yeah, sure. Almost done. Something cool. First, American English. This is what we put you. Are you done signing up?
Wait,
Can I see the?
oh, my.
Oh, it's gone? Okay. You need to just, I don't know. Are you sure your internet is working? It's working? Okay. Can you maybe refresh? Oh, does it work? Nope.
Other one, 8.
Oh, I think you probably, can you just refresh the page? Does it work? Okay, I need this page. Okay, can you skip for now? Skip for now. There you go. Okay, skip.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, just skip for now. Yes? Yep. How do you figure this thing out? You encountered this too, right? How do you fix it? Refresh? Let's just refresh the page, I think. It's just hanging.
Just a clone of which. Oh, wait. What kind
Maybe you can just like retype the URL one more time. Try to log in one more time. Usually works. Let's go to netlify.com one more time. And go back to the main page. And go back even further. Like netlify.com or something. Yeah. And then log in again.
sign up?
Or sign out. Can you sign out?
Sign up.
I don't know. But you already signed up, right?
I click sign up. What?
Or have you signed up yet?
I think you should to without the I use it. It's your account. Your account.
Can you do it from another web browser? Just to make sure. But you already signed up, right? Because this is your email, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you, let me try. Just turn it off. Can you just do that? Maybe you can try from here. I have no idea.
No, sir.
Because
He just clicked the login and sign up to become this this page because he logged in his Google email.
Oh, he used Google email.
So I think he logged out. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, that one works. Okay. I have no idea. You guys good? You guys good? Yes. Okay. That's good. You guys good? That's good. Okay. All right, so you guys should be seeing something like this, okay? I'm showing you this picture because mine would look different from yours, okay? So I want you to hit this, click at here, click here, okay? And once you click here, the dialog, the file picker, actually the folder picker should pop up, okay? So let me show you what it looks like if it's popping up, okay? So I'm going to go to actually I forgot to log in, sorry. Okay, so once you do that, right, it should look like this, okay? So you're going to choose the folder that you created at the beginning of the class, okay? So for me, it would be called HTML. Like I create this folder at the beginning of the class. So you just pick this folder, the entire folder, okay? Not just the files inside, okay? And upload. That's all you have to do, okay? So we're gonna upload the whole folder, not the files, okay? And if you did that, then you should be seeing a link like this. And if you click on the link, There you go. Like this is your website, but it actually has a public URL. So you can send this to anybody in the world, and they can look at your awesome creation and how the JavaScript works, right? Something like that. Okay. So this is your. If you're done, show me your public URL, and you can sign your attendance and go home. Okay. So this is the only thing I ask of you.